Hi, and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at a new handheld radio I just bought. It's the Radtel RT-860G, with the G being it has GPS capability.
Here's a closer look at the radio. I really like the looks of this radio. And looking at some of the specs on it, this particular model, which is about $10 more than the RT-860, this is the RT-860G. This one has GPS.
The GPS function on this is way better than the Baofeng radios, unless they've done an update on it, which I'm not aware of. So what you do on this radio is, let's say you're going on a hike and you park your car. You would turn on the GPS, get a fix with the satellites, and then you would push the menu key, and that would mark a starting point. And then when you're on your hike, and let's say you wanted to get back to the car, you would push the pound key, and then that would show the distance and the direction relative to the starting point. So I'm going to have to try that out because I think it might give you a heading. I'm not sure. So anyway, I think that's a really cool feature on this radio.
Now on to what I really like about this radio. This radio will receive on FM 64 to 108 megahertz, shortwave 2.3 to 30 megahertz, midwave 520 to 1710 kilohertz, and long wave 153 to 279 kilohertz. And it will also receive from 18 to 520 megahertz on AM or FM. Now, transmitting this radio, like most radios, will do 136 to 174 megahertz in 400 to 480 megahertz. But it does not list the 1.25 meter band, though I did try it on one of my radios that has that band, and I was able to transmit, but I couldn't tell you what the harmonics from the radio was or how far I could do that.
This radio has the capabilities of listening. You won't be able to transmit, but you will be able to listen on 30, 80, 20, 60, 17, 15, 40, 12, 10, and even 11 meters, the CB band. And it will do upper sideband, lower sideband, and CW. But remember, it will only receive, not transmit.
All right, this radio also has the ability to create zones. You can program up to 256 zones and 1,024 channels. So it's very similar to the Baofeng BF F8 HP Pro with the ability to create zones and channels. Though this radio I find somewhat more challenging to program, but like I said, it does have the ability to do zones and channels. So the radio does come with a charger, as you can see here. And the radio will just slide into the charger. You can charge it from there. Also comes with a USB-C cable, USB to USB-C, and down here is your USB-C port. And also, if you take this screw off, you can access the mic jack. And here I have my data programming cable, which will fit into the slot there. And I'm able to use the same cable that comes with my, I bought this for my Baofeng radio. So the same cable will work with this radio. All right, the audio on this is really good. Let me show you. I have someone connected here.
I think it was at 32 inch whip. 32. 36. The 32 sounded right.
Okay, this particular repeater sits up about 9,500 feet. Remember, I'm up around 5,700 feet. It's probably only about 7 or 8 miles away as the crow flies. But I have hit repeaters about 30, 40 miles away. So I know this has a good, it gets out a good transmitting signal. And again, this, if I push here, I can go to low power, which is 1 watt, and high power, which is 5 watts. And 5 watts is more than enough power on a 2-meter radio. All right, I hooked up the shortwave antenna. And if we want to get into the, let's say we wanted to go look at channel 38 lower sideband on the CB band. So we would push the radio, oops, that's the scan button. Let's go to the radio button. And I have it set on, as you can see on the screen here, lowered sideband, 27.385 megahertz. I also have the step at 1K, so if I want to go up and down the channels, I can do that with a 1K step. But as you can hear, not a lot of skip going on. I've actually even used the adapter and hooked it to my outdoor antenna. And I have not been able to pick up any DXing on 27.385, even though yesterday skip was, the propagation was really good. So I'm actually sending this radio back for a couple issues. I mean, I want to think this radio is a really nice radio. I do, but there's a few things not working on it. The reviews have been pretty good on it. But anyway, one of my problems is on the volume button here. I think the shaft might be a little bent because it kind of sticks, it's hard to turn in spots. And also on the GPS, let's see if we push iProgram number 2 and we get on the GPS screen, which I know the GPS is on because I can see the G here. And if I go into the menu, I get a GPS failed here. But anyway, I have it set for my correct UTM zone. The Earth is divided into different zones, so I looked up which zone I'm in. So I know I have everything set up here. And I went outside in a clear open spot, and I just cannot get the GPS to initialize and give me my location. But as you can see, if it does work, it'll give your longitude, latitude. I have it set for degrees, minutes, seconds, and it'll give you your altitude. And as you can see, it's never able to connect to the GPS because if you look at the date, it has it as December 16th, 2024.
That shows me the radio's GPS chip has never been updated by the GPS satellites. Otherwise, it would have the current date. Also, the fact when I push the green circle, that is supposed to mark my location, you get a GPS fail message.
All right, I hooked up the shortwave antenna. And if we want to get into the, let's say we wanted to go look at channel 38 lower sideband on the CB band. So we would push the radio, that's the scan button. Let's go to the radio button. And I have it set on, as you can see on the screen here, lowered sideband, 27.385 megahertz. I also have the step at 1K, so if I want to go up and down the channels, I can do that with a 1K step. But, as you can hear, not a lot of skip going on. I've actually even used the adapter and hooked it to my outdoor antenna. And I have not been able to pick up any DXing on 27.385, even though yesterday skip was, the propagation was really good. So I'm actually sending this radio back for a couple issues. I mean, I want to think this radio is a really nice radio. I do, but there's a few things not working on it. The reviews have been pretty good on it. But anyway, one of my problems is on the volume button here. I think the shaft might be a little bent because it kind of sticks, it's hard to turn in spots. So, to summarize, I need to return this radio because the volume button kind of sticks. Is difficult to turn, not sticks, a little bit difficult to turn. When I was trying the shortwave, when I was trying 11 meters, the 27 point, 385, 38 lower sideband, I have yet to hear any DXing on that particular frequency, even though the propagation was wonderful yesterday. And I've even hooked it up to my external antenna, my base station antenna. Still can't hear a thing. So I think it has an issue with that and the GPS. And I don't know if those are related to the board. I know they use a separate board. So we'll see. So anyway, I've started the return process. They've already shipped me a new one. It could get here as soon as a week or as long as a month. So once I get the new radio, we'll connect it back up. I'll take it out, do a test on it, and share the results with you. I'll also show you the software you can download to your computer to program it. So until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.